Hey, all you Golden Eagles, you're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. We've got a great show coming up with some information about Lou Ginsburg going to pick up a gift for her husband's law partner, and Sophia Vitrana reporting on double majoring. But don't touch that dial because Dr. Jackie McIlwain will share some things that you don't want to miss. You're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from Furniture Direct, with locations in Hattiesburg, Laurel, and Columbia. Are you looking for a deal? Lots of styles on a good value? You can find them on Facebook at Furniture Direct Hattiesburg for the latest specials and promotions. Or you can shop anytime at FurnitureDirectNow.com. You can see why Furniture Direct is your furniture destination.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now on for some USM campus news. Southern Miss launches fully online master's degree in business analytics. Our College of Business and Economic Development here at USM is launching a new online master's degree in business analytics. The program will welcome its first cohort in fall 2026, with applications being currently open. The program is designed with flexibility in mind and is projected to be completed in as little as 12 months for full-time students. Students can also enroll part-time, making it a great option for working professionals to advance their careers without putting it on pause. Dr. Brett Beckton, Dean of the College of Business and Economic Development, has this to say, quote, "Data-driven decision-making is no longer optional for today's organizations. It's essential. This fully online program was designed to meet the demand by giving students the flexibility they need and the advanced analytical skills employers are actively seeking. Whether they are working professionals looking to advance or individuals preparing for the next stage of their academic journey, this program positions our graduates to lead in an increasingly data-centered economy." End quote. Southern Miss President honors faculty programs at inaugural Ready for Life Champion Awards. Faculty members in academic programs here at USM were recognized on Monday during the inaugural Ready for Life Champion Awards ceremony hosted by Southern Miss President Dr. Joe Paul. The Ready for Life Champion Awards were created by Paul to recognize and reward faculty members in academic programs leading innovative efforts to prepare USM students to succeed professionally and personally. Dr. Joe Paul provided this statement about the event, quote, "In my inaugural address in the fall of 2023, I shared a vision for Southern Miss that we are uniquely positioned and nimble enough to embrace the notion of creating graduates who are truly and uniquely ready for life, ready to make a great living and live an extraordinary life. I knew it would best grow organically from our outstanding faculty in academic programs. I am happy to report that we are seeing more and more initiatives that support the Ready for Life vision, and more importantly, are giving our students a distinctive education and preparation for life." End quote. In Hattiesburg news, Hattiesburg Zoo seeks volunteers for education efforts. The Hattiesburg Zoo is now accepting applications for education volunteers who engage guests and share info about animals and conservation efforts. These volunteers are stationed throughout the zoo with BioFacts and ambassador animals, helping educate visitors of all ages. Shifts are available from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. To qualify, you must be at least 16 years old, have interest in wildlife and conservation education, be comfortable speaking with and engaging with the public, and have the ability to stand for extended periods. So, if you're interested, you can stop by the Hattiesburg Zoo website. 4 juvenile spider monkeys rescued from illegal smuggling, now at the Hattiesburg Zoo. The Hattiesburg Zoo is now home to 4 juvenile spider monkeys. They were rescued from an illegal pet trade smuggling attempt and are now joining the outdoor habitat. Kristen Moore, director of wildlife for the Hattiesburg Zoo, provided this statement of the dangers of the pet trade. Quote, "The pet trade is very dangerous. It often results in the death of the mothers of the primates, which are purposefully or accidentally killed by traffickers attempting to separate and capture their babies in an effort to smuggle and sell them." End quote. Jeremy Compton, Director of Conservation and Education, provided this statement regarding the Hattiesburg Zoo. Quote, "An important part of our mission at the Hattiesburg Zoo is to educate our guests, and a part of that education is to warn against raising wild animals as pets. While we are sad about how these monkeys came to call the Hattiesburg Zoo home, we are happy that our animal care and veterinary teams will be able to care for them, and we know our guests will love watching them grow with us." End quote. In Mississippi news, experts say UMMC could face weeks to months of recovery after cyber attack. University of Mississippi Medical Center clinics across the state will remain closed and elective procedures are canceled through Wednesday, as officials could still be responding to a cyber attack that targeted the state's only academic medical center. Patients across Mississippi have missed healthcare appointments and surgeries since the cyber attack on February 19th, which forced a shutdown of computer systems that hold patients' electronic health records. Dr. Luann Woodward, Vice Chancellor of the Medical Center, provided this statement. Quote, "Our highest concern is getting our services back open to be able to take care of our patients. But very quickly, right after that, is the integrity of our patient data." End quote. In national news, Justice Department withheld and removed some Epstein files related to Trump. To begin, it is important to know that this topic can be extremely hurtful and sickening to hear. However, it's important to speak about it. So, if you're uncomfortable or you do not want to hear about topics from the Epstein files related to abuse of minors, you can change the channel for about 15 seconds and you'll join back for the rest of the show. The Justice Department has withheld some of the Epstein files related to allegations that President Donald Trump sexually abused a minor. Additionally, more documents were removed from the public database, where accusations against Jeffrey Epstein also mentioned Trump, as well as notes from conversations with a woman who accused Trump of sexual abuse when she was also a minor. House Oversight Committee's ranking member, Representative Robert Garcia, released a statement regarding the missing files. Quote, "Yesterday, I reviewed unredacted evidence logs at the Department of Justice. Oversight Democrats can confirm that the DOJ appears to have illegally withheld FBI interviews with this survivor who accused President Trump of heinous crimes." End quote. Release the Epstein files in its entirety and bring justice to the victims. We'll be right back with sports and weather after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now on for your sports. Southern Miss Athletics has some announcements. Our Southern Miss men's tennis will be facing off on the following days with the following opponents. February 27th, 2 p.m. against New Orleans. February 28th, 1 p.m. against Norfolk State. And March 1st, 2 p.m. against College of Charleston. Our Southern Miss women's tennis will be facing off on the following days with the following opponents. February 28th, 10 a.m. against Norfolk State. March 1st, 10 a.m. against Kennesaw State. The Southern Miss softball team returns home to the Southern Miss softball complex this weekend to host the annual Hub City Classic, beginning Friday and continuing through Sunday. The three-day tournament brings a full slate of games to Hattiesburg, giving fans multiple opportunities to catch the Golden Eagles in action on their home field. With non-conference play in full swing, Southern Miss will look to build momentum, sharpen its lineup, and take advantage of the home field atmosphere as they compete throughout the weekend. To keep up with all the Golden Eagles sports activities, head on over to southernmiss.com. Now on for your weather. It looks like we're going to have a 40% chance of showers in the afternoon and evening. Skies will be expected to be cloudy with highs in the mid-70s, with some breezy winds at 10 to 25 miles per hour. Early morning hours of Friday has high chances of showers and thunderstorms, with its chance being at 70%. Friday afternoon looks clear, with highs in the mid-70s and lows around 50 by Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon is expected to be sunny, with highs in the upper 70s and lows in the lower 50s by Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon looks mostly sunny, with highs around 80 degrees. Up next, we have Lou Ginsburg going to pick up a gift for her husband's law partner. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. After Lou Kern married attorney Herbie Ginsburg, the couple moved to his home in Hattiesburg. She described stopping off at the Bootleggers to pick up a bottle for his law partner, Paul B. Johnson, Jr.
They told Herbert a Jewish lawyer would never make it in Hattiesburg, but Herbert did, and he was law partner with Paul Johnson, who was later governor. The first place Herbie took me when we got to Hattiesburg, as I said, he was Paul Johnson's law partner, and they wanted to meet me. So before we went to their house, we had to go to the Bootlegger because Mississippi was dry, and Paul, who was always running for governor, couldn't go to the Bootlegger because somebody might see him. We went somewhere, it seemed like out in the country, and Herbert blew the horn, and the guy came out with the bag, and it had a bottle of whiskey in it. I was from the corrupt state of Louisiana, where people drank in front of each other, and here I was in Mississippi, where we had to go to the Bootlegger.
To learn more, subscribe to the Mississippi Moments podcast or visit cohch.org. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was our Mississippi Moments. Coming up, we've got a special guest that you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now, please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Dr. Jackie McIlwain. Hey, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you so much for coming on today. So first and foremost, before we dive into this like special event that's coming up, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have been in Hattiesburg for the last 16 years. I've been teaching clarinet here at USM for the last 13 years, I believe.
Wow.
And so we have an event coming up with the Clarinet Studio, and so we're excited to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So for a lot of our listeners, they're probably familiar with like what a clarinet is, but like there's a lot of people out there that like are a little bit like confused. So for the uninitiated, what is the concept of a university clarinet or any other instrument studio?
Sure. So music majors and minors are required to take applied lessons, which is like one-on-one lessons. And that's as part of their degree requirements. And so when someone is registered for those applied lessons, they become part of that studio. So all of my clarinet studio are all music majors and minors.
Yeah.
And they take lessons with me weekly.
Awesome. Yeah. And regarding those lessons that you have, are there any like special moments that you have with your students that like you can look over at and just go, oh my goodness gracious, they're doing absolutely, they're going to make such a big splash in the industry?
Oh, absolutely. So it's really fun, the fact that I get to work with so many people, and you know, different personalities, and they all have their unique gifts. And the thing that really drives me every day is the aha moments that we have in lessons. So it's really fun, you know, to see both of us light up when something, you know, finally like kicked in, you know, and or we find the right wording to say, or the right thing to do in that moment, and that makes sense to them. And so it's really fun to kind of see that.
Absolutely. I love that. So will there be any special classes that an attending clarinetist would benefit from attending? And if so, what are some of those topics?
Sure. So Saturday is our Clarinet Day, our Southern Miss Clarinet Day, and within that event, we're going to have a master class, which is basically our guest artist, who is Rachel Webb from the University of South Alabama. She's going to be teaching 3 of my students in front of everyone, and so my students are going to play for her, and she's going to give them feedback, and so everyone gets to watch that, and so they're going to learn a lot from that, I'm sure. And then we also have 2 recitals that everyone is going to be able to listen to and learn from that. And then we also have some clarinet manufacturers that are going to be coming, and they're going to give some presentations. And so that's going to be really fun to listen and learn from them as well.
Yeah, and with these clarinet manufacturers, will attendants be able to purchase things like reeds, mouthpieces, or other clarinet-related merchandise while they're there?
Yeah, so we are going to have a few different exhibits. So one is going to be some Van Dorn mouthpieces, ligatures, reeds, and those are going to be on trial basis. So there will be some free reeds to give away. And then for the clarinet manufacturers, there's going to be clarinets to try. There's going to be a lot of clarinets to try, and those are available for purchase. We will have one other table that is going to be made of handmade niche items that are geared towards clarinet and music. So things like accessories for the clarinet bell or the clarinet case, and earrings, hair clips, and that kind of thing.
I
so
love that.
Be fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people that are getting into the concept of music, and especially if they haven't heard a lot from like music or from orchestras whenever it comes to the clarinet, it can be assumed that the B-flat clarinet is the most common type of clarinet. But I understand that there's other types of clarinets as well. What other clarinets could be represented for this Clarinet Day?
Absolutely, yeah. So when students start band in middle school, most of the time, they all start on B-flat clarinet. So that's really kind of why it's so well known, and it's the standard. But as students progress and as you get more mature ensembles, you start adding a bass clarinet, which is a lot bigger and sounds lower. There's they even have variations on the bass clarinet, like a contrabass clarinet. There's also an E-flat clarinet, which is really small and high-pitched. So that's fun. And so with all those different instruments, you know, it creates a lot of different colors within the music. So
absolutely. Do you have a personal favorite when it comes to a clarinet type?
So I probably play B-flat clarinet the most. But I really love playing bass clarinet a lot.
Yeah.
I play a lot with Mississippi Symphony, and so it's really fun. I appreciate the times in which I get to play really low.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So with this Clarinet Day, is this geared for college-age clarinetists, or is it like would any age or ability level have something for them?
Absolutely. So it is for anyone who loves the clarinet, who wants to play clarinet, learn about clarinet. It can be for middle schoolers through college students, amateurs, anyone who just wants to get together and hang out with some clarinet players and geek out a little bit.
Awesome. Absolutely. So the biggest thing about this event, when it comes to like attending, when is it? Like, what time is it? Is there a cost for the event? Are there any registration requirements? So regarding just like the basis of like this event, what can you tell us about like when is it? What time? Is there a cost? And any other registration requirements?
Okay, sure, yeah. So it is this Saturday, February 28th.
Yeah.
And registration starts at 9. It's from 9 to 9:30 in the intermezzo of the Fine Arts Building here on campus. And you can find more information at our Eventbrite website, which is southernmissclarinetday.eventbrite.com.
Okay.
And there you can find more information as well as register, and the registration cost is $20.
Okay, awesome. This sounds like a great opportunity for our students, anyone who's interested in the clarinet or just music in general. Is there anything that we haven't covered either about Clarinet Day or any other upcoming events for clarinet?
So there's actually going to be 2 recitals that are happening on Saturday, and our guest artist Rachel Webb is going to be presenting a recital at 1:30, and that is open to the public, as well as the 5 o'clock finale concert that we've kind of nicknamed the Kaleidoscope, because it's going to be several different chamber groups made up of USM students. So my studio, and as well as the clarinet choir, and then a mass clarinet choir of all of the participants.
Awesome. Well, that's great. And I know they're running out of time, but we have one last question that we love to do here for Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. If you were to give a younger you a bit of advice from the experience that you've learned, whether it comes from your experience with the clarinet or it comes from what students might take away from Clarinet Day, what would you tell them?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of learning. Don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're all learning. We're all going to make mistakes, and it doesn't mean anything bad. It's all a part of the learning process.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jackie McIlwain, for coming on today and providing a voice for our Eagles.
Thank you so much for having me.
Coming up, we've got Sophia Vitrano reporting on double majoring. Check it out.
About 1 in 5 students pursue more than one major. Many think it will give them a leg up in the job market. However, Russ Willis, the Associate Provost for Student Success, disagrees.
I'm a big believer that graduating and getting a job and getting that first job, that's what you need to focus on, because if you delay getting into the workforce for too long, you never recoup that money you would have been making those first couple years out of graduation.
Because of the extra coursework, students who double major typically have to stay more than 4 years, which scholarships do not cover.
You have to really weigh, is it worth the cost? I mean, the real financial cost to go to school for an extra year. If someone really loves it and really has a passion for double majoring, I'm not at all saying don't do it, but you have to be practical, and practical is your time, your effort, stress level.
Although it is not advised, some students still decide to double major. Most of the time it is because they are in a special circumstance. Students like Laura Anderson, who got her associate's degree in psychology during high school, and she decided to continue her studies by picking up speech pathology.
I would have graduated this semester, actually. I could have been done with school with psychology, but I realized that I'm really passionate about both fields of psychology and speech pathology, and I felt like it was something that was worth pursuing. If you're coming to school to get a job and that's your main goal, then I wouldn't say pick up another major, focus on internships, focus on finding work. But I really wanted to come to college and just learn things. I really wanted to expand my horizons and understand different things.
If you do decide to double major, it is encouraged you choose majors that are very different from one another in order to diversify your education and resume. It is also encouraged to look into double majoring if you're going into a niche job market or if you really enjoy the subject. Sophia Vitrano, Southern Miss Student Media.
Thanks for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Huge thanks to Seb Hodges, our audio engineer, and Isabella Michaud, our video engineer, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Rosines Monty, and our program director, Adeline Fields, and our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin. Don't forget to follow SM2 Media on social media. I'm your Tuesday Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. Stay Golden Eagles.